Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I'm your host, Juliette Clark. Before we get started today, I want to have you go over and take our Promote, Profit, Publish quiz at www.promoteprofitpublishquiz.com. Find out where your skill set is to building the tools that you need to move into the influencer class out there. So today I'm going to do a solo episode. This is a rare episode where I don't have a guest. And I want to talk a little bit about changes in the marketplace and why these changes are important for you to pay attention to and part of your marketing education. So last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of people come to us and say, you know what, nobody's showing up for my webinars. And I'm really not shocked by this. Webinars are part of sort of an old paradigm where we give out some free information, you show up to a webinar or a master class, and then we throw a sales pitch at you. And we have been working with a lot of entrepreneurs lately who that sales pitch just isn't going. And a lot of it is because of traffic temperature. So let me talk a little bit about traffic temperature, because I know that there are a lot of marketers out there who will talk about nurture sequences, but they don't really talk about the kind of traffic you're getting, where it's coming from, why you're getting it. And it's really important that you're able to talk to those different levels. So let's start out first of all with where webinar traffic is showing up, because there is one place where it is showing up. My good friend Danielle Pettiford has been sharing with me that her webinars are successful because she has warm traffic coming. And by warm traffic, she means people who know who her and her husband are. They run the Couples Academy. So people who are aware of who they are, not through social media, but more word of mouth. They're getting results in what they do, and it's word of mouth. So they're actually having these people show up in a warm audience situation and being able to build a relationship with these people. In the marketing world, most of the time we call these warm relationships. Those are the people we need to nurture. But here's the thing that's not working in the nurture world. A couple weeks ago, we had Randy Pizer on, and she shared with all of you guys that when she's out pushing or promoting and getting book deals these days, that the publishers, the traditional publishers, are not only asking how big your list is, but they're asking what the open rate is. So why is that important? It's important because people aren't opening their emails the way they used to. They're exhausted. They're absolutely exhausted. And that has been the nurture sequence that people have used in the past, is they'll have you come into a lead magnet or a webinar, and then there's a nurture sequence behind it where, you know, they'll send you out 6, 7, 8 emails, and then they're selling you something. I can honestly tell you that I've never gone through a nurture sequence and said, I have to buy this. I've also never gone through a nurture sequence and felt nurtured. Like I haven't gone to bed at night and goes, oh my gosh, that guru loves me. I can tell. It just doesn't happen. So people are really waking up out there to the false sense of what the internet has provided, to what these social media platforms have provided. You know, the thing about we have 4,000 friends, we don't really have 4,000 friends. We are friends with the people that we know personally, that are along lines of our value system, our integrity, things like that, however we categorize friends. And that's what's sort of going on out in the business world right now, is we're moving away from social proof and into pocketbook proof. And pocketbook proof requires real life relationships, one-on-one. I know you. I trust you. You've given me access to some of your clients so I can get real life testimonials. I can find out if people really got the results that you say you did, or if you're just a good self-promoter. So that's where I'm going to start with today. Is working with hot, medium, and cold traffic. I just told you a little bit about that warm traffic, what we call medium traffic. Let's address hot traffic. So hot traffic is something that I'm seeing a lot in JV partnerships, but not the traditional JV partnerships. That kind of, that old thing where I collect partners and we all send out an email about our best friend Juliette. People aren't opening those anymore. They're tired of them. They're tired of hearing that everybody every week is your best friend and they're doing something really amazing. Where we are seeing hot traffic is when you're promoting something where you're actually able to provide amazing results with what you're doing. People engaged in your program, you're helping them one-on-one, people are getting results and they're sharing those results. That's hot traffic. When somebody that's a past client or a partner picks up the phone and says, "Hey, Juliet, I want to make a personal reference to you, a personal introduction to you for this person that I know." Most of my business in the last 2 years has gone from those old JV partners where we did that old tired routine with it to my partners who, number one, have been vetted and they're the appropriate partners for me. They do something that's very similar, or they're a next step process and that needs to be done. And they actually pick up the phone and make introductions or make email introductions. Yes, we're no longer just giving you an affiliate page and saying, "Here, go have your people click," because they don't. The second part of that with the hot leads is we're getting more because all of our sales pages, you can't just click and buy. We have to have a conversation. We have to build a relationship. And that benefits everybody here because now people know, like, and trust me. So you're probably sitting there going, "Well, that's really great, but I'm trying to garner a worldwide audience." That's where your content strategy comes in. And your content strategy is no longer drive people off to a webinar. It's a real content strategy, a real strategy with blogs and podcasts and listeners and YouTube channels. That's why we are so high on Tracy and Tom Hazard and Podetize here, because their platform gives you the opportunity to go out and podcast and show off what you know. And people know when you're the real deal. To bring in experts that you can showcase and tapped into their audience as well. And I know this kind of seems like, wow, I just got done with my webinar and now you're telling me I need something else. Well, welcome to the world of internet marketing. Internet marketing sees a shift about every 9 months now because our consumers get not only savvy, but they're exhausted. Everybody is just plain exhausted. There are actually people out there writing books about people getting off of Facebook because they're just Facebook tired. They just don't want to be on there anymore. So that brings me to another point. Make sure that the platform that you're on is the right platform. I see so many people who are over on Facebook building groups, building free groups. You are not going to get hot leads from free groups. You may nurture a few people into working with you, but at the end of the day, those are broke people in your groups looking for tips. Most of them will never pull the trigger. Where you want to have yourself is in those paid groups where you have paid to be there and other people have paid to be there. I have a whole group over on Facebook. People pay. They are actually my clients who've all paid, and they do business with each other, joint partnerships, they build relationships. That's what you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of masterminds with people who are paying to be there, who don't have an aversion to spending money, where you're not the smartest person in the room. You're actually learning from people who have sustainable companies. And this is why this is so important. Sustainable companies. They're companies for people who have a skill set that doesn't change. It doesn't change with the next new thing that comes out on the internet. It is a sustainable company that is built on a skill that those people have. They're not great self-promoters. They're getting people in. You want to be a part of groups like those because those are where the people are that don't have that aversion to spending money. I mentioned several times over the last couple of weeks to my own group that there are groups out there that they should be a part of. One of them, Shannon Gronich's group, she has a group that's a mastermind every week. I think they're called the founding members. It does cost to be a part of it every month, but guess what? They're all people who are learning and growing and have spent money company and are JV partnering with each other because they are truly people with sustainable businesses. I belong to an inner circle, Aaron Young's Inner Circle. That mastermind, very good. Weekends we go in and we have circles where we talk about our obstacles, and people with big sustainable companies give us our phone number, their email address. Give me a call. Let's get this funded. Let's figure this out, how we can help you get past this. Those are the kinds of things you need to be a part of where you're going to find really good clients. I'm part of a mastermind out of Denver, 6 and 7 figure income women, where we all help each other get to the next level. So I encourage you to think about, in that realm of how marketing's changing and that you need that personal touch, where is it that you can spend your money besides going out and hiring your next really expensive coach that isn't going to get you where you want to be? You need a sustainable business. You know, that's one of my biggest pet peeves about the coaching industry is, you know, we decide we're going to be a coach. Most of the time, we don't treat it as a business in the way that if we had to go out and get venture capital, if we had to get any sort of funding, that anyone would fund us. And it's because we haven't validated our products, we haven't validated our ideas, we haven't validated our audiences. And it's crazy. So we go to a business conference for coaches, and then we find out there that in order to do this, we need a speaking coach, we need a book coach, we need a publishing coach, we need an event coach, we need a program coach. All of a sudden, we still don't have a business, and we're $200,000 in debt. My friends, I'm here to tell you that's ass backwards about how the world, the business world works. And we really need to start being more intentional about that. So we covered hot traffic. Where are we going to get that hot traffic? Where are we going to get that medium traffic? What are we getting cold? Where are we getting cold traffic? Those of you who are advertising on places like Facebook, you're bringing in cold traffic and you're expecting that to convert. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many clicks you're getting. It matters how many sales you're getting. And for many of you, you're out hiring marketing companies that are telling you, yeah, it's working. You're getting 1,000 clicks a month. But if you're not getting sales from that, something's wrong. And you need to take a deep dive into what is wrong. Is it my product? Is it the audience? What is it? And this is where we can get back into old-fashioned focus groups that we used to use back in my advertising days. I don't even know if they still do them. I would assume that they don't go to a mall and approach you and ask you to go in a back room, because these days that would be just creepy. But I'm sure they do it in other ways these days. But that's where you really need to get intentional with that provider, with that marketer about, if I'm not getting sales, this isn't working. I can't call Lexus and make my car payment with clicks. And by the way, if one of you guys have figured out how to do it, that's a coaching program, because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who would love to be able to do that. But, really looking at that cold traffic, will they convert? Or are these people who just are in it for the free stuff and they're never going to buy? Because that's a part of the internet marketing that we've had an epic fail with, is creating lead magnets that lead to a list. So now we're giving away our genius, and we're saying, oh, we're going to give that gift to you in exchange for an email address. Well, guess what? Nobody's opening email. So now what? That's where we really need to get into, how are we testing our audiences? How are we testing our programs? If I had to go out and get funding today, could I get it based on the statistics that I have? Do I even have a viable idea? Is it my mother and my sister telling me, rah, 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 yay, I would buy that? I actually want to share with you one of our clients who put together her Quiz to Qualify program for her corporate group. She actually put it together, and she had her family, and her family was like, this is amazing, but I still wouldn't hire you. And she came back and she's like, oh, well, that's my family. Luckily, corporate America didn't feel the same way, but that's what happens when you test your family. Either they will tell you they're not going to hire you, or they're going to tell you that, oh, it's wonderful, sweetie, and of course your mom loves everything you do. So I guess a part of this, just to wrap it up, I just really want to implore you guys about being very intentional about who you're hiring, what you're doing, Is that product the right product? Are you testing it? Are you focus grouping it? Are you testing it with audiences? Are you bringing in and are you in front of audiences with money? If you have to go out and pay to be on somebody's stage, no, 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 no. Have a sustainable cutting edge product that will get you on people's stage because they want you to be the next best thing. Get out there and get those paid speaking gigs if you must be a speaker. Personally, I don't think it's necessary, but that's just me because I have a sustainable business. I have something that makes money month in and month out and keeps us where we want to be. So I just really want to put that out there to you guys. Look for those changes in the marketplace. Look for those content strategies that are going to build trust with an audience. Yes, it's going to take work. That's another myth with this coaching industry. 6 figures in 6 months. I'm going to get you up to 7 figures. Those are not sustainable business models. There's a lot that goes into a business, and the more you run your business like a business, the better off you're going to have with success. So again, I invite you to go over to www.promoteprofitpublishquiz.com. Check out our quiz. That's how we generate our income and how our clients generate their income as well, is bringing people off of internet and out of email into conversations that start building relationships, because nobody's going to buy a 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, $20,000 program without a lot of conversing these days. People have been burned and they want the real deal. Get out there and prove you're the real deal. Have a great day.